Gun violence can change lives in an instant. That's why News Channel 5 is working with the Cleveland Police Department to get guns off our streets. The 6th annual gun buyback program is tomorrow from 8:30 until 1 p.m. at 2001 Payne Avenue. Anyone who turns in a handgun will receive a $100 gift card or $200 for a semi-automatic weapon. The impact of a shooting can last a lifetime. News Channel 5's Leon Bibb sat down with one man who still feels the effects of his brother's death 30 years later.
It was a day much like today when life was brutally taken away. Death came from a fired shotgun intentionally aimed at the chest of a teenager. Eric Mansfield was 16 when his 17-year-old brother was murdered by a crazed man wielding a shotgun in Akron. Mention guns, Mansfield will mention his brother, Brian Mansfield, who was murdered 30 years ago this week.
My 17-year-old brother, he was about to start his senior year in high school. He was about to, begin his life as an adult, talked about maybe joining the Army and making a life for himself. And he was killed in cold blood right then and there by a guy who had a gun because the gun was accessible.
Eric Mansfield is Executive Director of Media Relations at Kent State University. He is surrounded by thousands of young students who are older than his brother when a man with a gun came shooting. A story of a gun and murder. It still hits Eric Mansfield very hard. 30 years later, there is no closure. He will tell you there probably never will be. Eric Mansfield sadly knows what guns can do and what guns can take away.
If this shotgun hadn't been available to this guy when he decided to threaten my brother, maybe my brother walks away. Maybe my life is different. Maybe all of our lives don't go through the pain of my brother's murder.
So when you wonder why gun buybacks, think of Brian Mansfield, who died at the age of 17. Think of flowers like these placed on a grave 30 years ago. If you still wonder, think of how you would feel if you were the grieving brother. Leon Bibb, News Channel 5.
And again, the Cleveland gun buyback is tomorrow from 8:30 until 1 p.m. at 2001 Payne Avenue.